Back in 2022, a Ukrainian unmanned drone dropped a grenade through the sunroof of a Russian casualty evacuation vehicle. Now, I can't show you the video here, but a link to the video is freely available on my Substack, and the whole analysis is on there as well that paid to keep away the kids. When I first saw this video, I thought it was a war crime. You can't attack a casualty evacuation vehicle. But then I spoke to some Army and Air Force attorneys, and actually, you kind of can. You see, the Geneva Conventions are the very basic minimums of human behavior that you're allowed to do. And I realized that I thought this was a war crime because I have been following counterinsurgency rules. And this ain't counterinsurgency. So this video isn't about Ukraine. It's really about America readiness because anybody who served in the global war on terror, they make the same mistake as I did. I have too much experience fighting the wrong war. If you're interested in the analysis, it's available on my Substack below. What is a war crime, not a war crime, and what does that say about America's readiness? Back in 2022, the Ukrainian unmanned drone dropped a grenade through the sunroof of a Russian casualty evacuation vehicle. Now, I can't show you the video here, but a link to the video is freely available on my Substack, and the whole analysis is on there as well that paid to keep away the kids. When I first saw this video, I thought it was a war crime. You can't attack a casualty evacuation vehicle. But then I spoke to some Army and Air Force attorneys, and actually, you kind of can. You see, the Geneva Conventions are the very basic minimums of human behavior that you're allowed to do in war. And I realized that I thought this was a war crime because I have been following counterinsurgency rules. And this ain't counterinsurgency. So this video isn't about Ukraine. It's really about America and our readiness because anybody who served in the global war on terror may make the same mistake as I did. I have too much experience fighting the wrong war. And if you're interested in the analysis, it's available on my Substack below. When is a war crime not a war crime, and what does that say about America's readiness? Back in 2022, a Ukrainian unmanned drone dropped a grenade through the sunroof of a Russian casualty evacuation vehicle. Now, I can't show you the video here, but a link to the video is freely available on my Substack. The whole analysis is on there as well that paid to keep away the kids.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. This is Dreamy Dreamland, and we're 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the show. War. What is it good? It's not. Lao Tzu said you should never fight war. But if you fight the war, there are no rules except the ones that you make for yourself that will keep your integrity, if there's the right word, but keeps you human, right? And two most important things in a war. Most important is logistics. Next is logistics. And then strategy. And what is strategy? It's when, this beautiful place here, what are you going to do to keep it? Huh? Well, everything you can before you go to war. Because once you go to war, everyone loses their humanity. And there are people who say Putin's the devil. And heard that before. Today being the 20th anniversary of the United States attacking Iraq, right? For no reason at all. Except the neocon crew wanted to blow up the Middle East. And they're long-term guys. So they want the New World Order back in 2000. And so they either let 9/11 happen or they fuck the space themselves. Right? Go read Architects and Engineers 9/11 Truth. And instead of the cartoon comic book that the congressional investigation of 9/11, which they weren't going to do, just like they weren't going to do an investigation on who killed Kennedy. What are you talking about? You saw it right there on TV. Oswald did it, and then he was killed by Ruby. End of story. Right? And all of this stuff has been there, right, for all to see, right? And Gene Roddenberry rolls out Star Trek in '68, and basically the Federation is where we're heading, right? And if you really look at the Federation, what you realize that it's a fascist state because everyone works for the Federation. It's like working for the mob, and here on Earth is really nice. You know, there's a Starbucks on every corner, and you don't even have to pay. You just got to walk in, and the device registers your face, your eyeball, and you can have whatever you want as long as you're a member of the Federation. You know, you can talk together. You can be like me. I am the loyal opposition. Right? I'm not against the Federation. No. Because I know that it's irrelevant. The only thing that is real is love's co-creation. Right? See how I'm dancing between the dark. Where's the dark? There's the dark.
Yeah.
And there's me. There's the dark. And there's me. And in the Bible, it's basically, in the beginning all things were dark, and then the Word, and then there was light. Right? Light and dark, still God. Right? Esoteric. Hey, esoteric. So what do you think of my writing so far? And today is the 20th anniversary of our invasion in Iraq, and the United States and its allies killed 1 million Iraqis, and we unleashed Al Qaeda and ISIS, which wasn't even there yet. Soldiers that we put, Saddam had an army of about 1 million, basically to keep his people in line. But he kept his people in line by giving them a house, giving something to eat, giving them education, giving them health care, giving them a job that they could like, as long as they didn't, talk smack about him. As long as they didn't go to him, he gave them all kinds of stuff. Let's see, I haven't really got around to looking into writing. Been currently figuring out a job where I can work with animals. Who is here? For free somebody. Hello. Okay, who's this? I just can't believe how much he sounds like when I looked at the number when I had my glasses on and said, well, that's not robot. So anyway, there you are, and you should be here. I thought you were going to be here in May. Okay. Well, I don't know what the address is, so I can't tell you. Offhand, I have to have a piece of mail or something. I don't know what it is. So I don't send myself a letter. And why are you doing that when I told you I had other people, doing that? So if that is what you're going to do, it's on your nickel, right? It's not costing me anything. Okay. But still, and the other thing I want to tell you is that since you told me that you weren't coming here to me, I changed my whole life around for you. And so the other 5 people who want to buy this, so there is not going to be any kind of deal until May. Yeah, when you told me you were going to be here. I mean, this is the first I hear that you're coming. Yes? Mm-hmm. What do you mean? I told you the last time we talked that there were other people, and I told them to wait.
To buy your property, then by all means do so. Okay?
Right.
I'm coming up early
I'm interested in buying your property
Okay,
so I
good.
can live
So
down the street
yes,
from my.
Yep. We can talk about it, and we can sit down and see where it is. And like with Cody, I had another guy who wanted to buy my bus, and Cody said, "Oh, I'll buy it right away." And it's been 7 months, right? And
Okay, well listen now. That's different.
right.
This is me, not my son. I'm a 62-year-old man.
Right.
I'm coming up. I have to have a place to live.
Right.
I like the idea of being able to live right down the drive from my grandkids. Okay.
That's a great value, right? So.
Okay. Yeah. Listen. All I'm saying is,
Al,
give me a minute, please.
Yeah.
Let me talk, please. I know you got a lot going on in your head. I get it. Let me tell you what I'm doing here. So, but look, I very much appreciate your offer to hold a note because otherwise I couldn't do it. That being said, I'm still going to do this smart. I want to know what I'm getting for the money and what I can actually, depending on how much actual acreage there is. You're saying there's 3.5 acres.
No, I went and looked at it, and it's 1.88.
Okay, there you go. So I want to do this. I'm at the point where I'm saying to you, Al, we are going to work a deal. I'm going to make sure that we get you an attorney. It's all drawn up. You know what's going on. I'm not, this is no scam. I got to have a place to live.
Right.
I like the idea of your place there.
Right. But so that itself is worth more in the mix than some guy who will come. Oh, this is just a lot. The others are 10 grand. It's 10 grand. You know, it's got. You know, I've totally cleared this space out. I've totally drained it. I have French drains. I have septic in the ground. I have water in the ground. Electric.
Yeah. So listen, I agree. It's worth whatever it appraises for. I'm willing to go above appraisal value
Right.
because you are.
Right. And also all of those other things. It's right by your son. It's right in the neighborhood. Instead of being 20 miles away, it's right. It's got everything ready to go. It's got a place to stay. It's got all of those things. But other morons have come. Other real estate people said, "Well, the other lot sold for 10 grand. That's all it's worth." I said, "What about this? Well, maybe it's 12." You know, it's no. And because right now, for me to stay there, it costs me $106 a year. Where could I go as an old guy in my 70s, right? So that's one of my things. I am not in any need or rush. And I'm something that most people don't do. I have a budget. You know, I live like a millionaire on $400 because I don't buy anything unless I have the cash to buy it. You know?
Okay, yeah, sir. I understand. So let me. So what I've done is I am not going to. If this deal goes through, which I'm pretty sure it will.
Right.
Once that goes through, I'm going to have Mountain City Electric. They're going to install a meter for me. I'm not going to share a meter with you and try to figure out how much electric you're using and how much I'm using and all that crap. So I'll have my own meter. I'll pay my own bill, and then you'll have your own meter. You pay your own bill.
Well, that's an interesting idea, but I already have the thing wired.
That's right. That's all. I understand.
I mean, where are you gonna? I mean, that little house that you might stay in already has an electric service in it with meters and wires running all kinds of outlets. What are you gonna do? Rewire all of that?
No, sir. You're not hearing me. I'm going to have my own meter. If it has a meter on it, they'll put a new meter, so I pay my own bill. That's all I'm telling you, Al.
Yeah, but what is that bill? I mean, what is that meter gonna run? Like I said, there is
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Al. I'm paying for it.
No, but if there is no, if all the electricity you're using is but I already have the little thing that you may live in wired. So and it's already on a meter.
I'm not. Okay, great. Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
So what are you going to do? I mean, how are you going to use the meter that you're going to have installed? What is it going to run?
It doesn't matter what it's going to run. I'm paying for it, Al. All I'm saying to you is I'm not going to split. I'm not going to get up there and try to figure out how much electric you used and how much I used, and you debate how much you use. I'm not going to split the electric bill with you, Al. I'll have my own electric bill. If it already has a meter, great. That saves me money.
No, I don't think you understand.
Oh my gosh.
if you put in a separate meter, right, there needs to be a load. Meaning, where is your load going to come from when everything?
It's coming from the service that's already there, Al. It comes from, you already have power to the property.
Yes.
I've already spoken to, listen, I spoke to the engineer at the power. Al, it's okay. Everything should be fine.
I mean, if you put let's say, another structure up, I can see how that meter can run that structure alone, and that.
I'm not putting up another structure, Al. I'm just telling you, I'm going to have my own bill. I don't understand why you have a problem with that.
Because to get a bill, they charge you for not just having a meter there, but the use of the electricity. And
yes.
If the building that you may stay in it's already been wired, already is on a meter, what is the load you're going to have? I mean, you're going to rewire that? Is there going to be two separate electric?
No, Al, you're not understanding, I guess.
I am. I'm an electrician. I'm understanding. I mean, you can't. I mean, if you put a meter in, there has to be, and you pay for the use of electricity. You have to have a load, and if you don't have a load, and all the electricity.
Okay, Al, stop, please. You're giving me a headache. Okay, I don't mean to be rude, but you're really you're going off the deep end here. If it already has a meter, that means that the power I use will be read off that meter. All I'm saying to you, Al, is I'm not going to share a bill with you. Does that make sense to you?
So you're going to pay for all the electricity?
I am not. See, that's what you're not understanding. I'm going to have my own meter. Right. It's going to pull power from. All right. If it doesn't work where they can pull power from the power already being fed to that property, I will have another pole put in and bring in my own power. That's all I'm telling you.
And then what are you going to do with that power?
What are you talking about?
There is a structure there, right? That garage, right? And you want to live in that garage. And so that means I've already wired it. It already is attached to a meter. So what are you going to plug into the meter you're going to put in? I mean, what electric system? Are you going to put a whole new separate electric system in?
I'm not going to rewire it, Al. I'm going to have my own meter. Okay, if I have to bring in another pole and another service, yes. If I need to bring in my own electric to have my own bill, Al, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to share electric with you is all I'm telling you. Let's just stop the conversation. Don't worry about it. The bottom line is I'm not going to share electric.
You can't do that until we have enumerated everything on a document that we will sign as a contract. You can't put that pole in. You can't do any of that kind of any of that.
Al, sir, I'm not doing nothing, man.
Well, I understand. See, I'm an electrician, and I've been an electrician for 60 years. And one of the major things about an electric bill, it shows you live there. Once you get an electric bill, you're like the cockroach that can't be gotten rid of. So.
Oh my God. Okay, now let's just stop talking about it. You're way off. I respect you. You're an electrician. That's it. Let's leave it at that.
Okay. Well, when you get here, we'll go down to the utility company and.
Oh my God. It's okay, man. Relax.
No, I'm quite relaxed. I don't have a headache, and even though I'm having breakfast here, and you interrupted my breakfast, but that's okay.
No. So listen, once we get to an attorney and the deal, once we're going to go to an attorney, there will be a contract, legitimate drawn up by an attorney.
Right.
Once the attorney draws it up, Al, and we've agreed on a price, and it's a done deal, then despite the fact you're holding a note, once the deal is signed, I am now the owner of the property, giving you a life estate on it.
Right. As long as this is a real estate contract and not a
it's a real estate contract.
No, but it's not renting to own. You're not renting.
It'll be a real estate contract. Whatever I pay you will come off the mortgage.
Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. I'm actually a licensed realtor, Al.
Right.
So there you go. You're an electrician. I'm a realtor.
Right.
So once it's all done, Al, and I hold that contract in my hand, I'm going to live in that structure, and I'm going to build off that structure and make it bigger so it's a little bit more livable.
Right.
And I'm going to have my own power. What is it you don't understand about that?
Oh, I tried to explain it to you, and you can't understand. I guess I'm speaking French, but
Yeah.
bottom line is the structure that's there has, a underground service to that space, and has a meter on it,
Okay.
and that space is wired that goes to a circuit breaker box
Okay.
that goes to that meter, right? So
Okay. Yeah.
all the
that's
outlets
perfect.
and light switches and everything are on
Yeah.
that meter.
Okay. That's great, Al. Then that means I don't have to do anything. That means that when I use the power on that structure,
Right.
they read that meter, and that's what I owe for the month,
Okay.
not what you spent
Okay,
over in your
okay.
little
But
dwelling. Okay.
so
I'm not paying for your electric, Al.
right. But part of our little deal is, there are certain aspects to that place. Until you paid me all up, and for at least a year, there's certain aspects to that little house I still want to use, like the toilet that's in there and the deck and cooking.
Oh no. That's not going to work.
Okay.
I'm not going to have you come in and use the toilet, Al.
Okay.
That's going to be my home, brother.
Okay.
If you can't deal with that, then I guess the deal's off.
No, we can.
I'll
I'll think about it. And everything is negotiable. That's how I am. I was a negotiator for lawyers for 10 years, so everything's negotiable. And again,
I don't mean to upset you, Al. God bless you. You have your way of thinking, and we'll see. We'll see how it works out.
Yeah,
if
we
it
can
works
work
out,
it out.
great.
Yeah,
If it doesn't, then so be it.
Right. No, and that's where it is. But I would say we can work it out. And I understand what you're saying. But I start at a certain point, and then we go through the points. I can't deal with that. Okay, okay. So we can work it out. Not a problem. But again,
I think we'll work it out. Okay.
Right. And again, the major thing I'm coming from is I don't have to move. I'm not in any stressful.
Right. You
situation.
made that point, and you're going to have a life estate.
Right.
There, Al.
Right.
And look, I'm gonna let you eat your breakfast. I'm gonna go eat my breakfast. I'm gonna be up there in Tennessee this coming weekend. So
Right.
I'll see you soon. All right.
Okay. Yep. This coming weekend. Right. Okay.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
See you, man.
Yep. Safe travels. Safe travels. And so, what do you guys think? So that is Colonel Sanders' father of Colonel Sanders, General Sanders, I guess. And so that's so the cockroaches are coming in, right? And that's what it is. Oh, do. So anyway, that's the interesting thing that do human beings have to act that way, right? So well, okay. I guess I gotta go. Let's see what time it is. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Okay, let's see.